Right guys, I'm going to do a little workshop tour this morning because we've got some really cool bits in. Escort Cosworth. Got the Accord S. It's in for some bits and pieces. Go more into that later. Is it the best M5 that ever lived? You tell me. M5 just been for our wax top up protection. Accord's in for some MOT work. Escort's here for a detail. And also Steve and I have just gone and picked up this Z4 with many lights on the dash, but that's not important. The reason it's here is because it's pink. It's not looking its best. It's not looking great at all. And the customer said, blog your way through it, see where you can get with it. It is a bit of a mess. So we've got some green. We love the green. Get that algae out in a minute. We'll be getting some all-purpose cleaner on that with one of our drill brushes, get all of that green completely removed. But the main reason again it's here is because of the paintwork. The paintwork is looking horrendous. So it's a mixture of UV fade, fallout because the paint is rough, and obviously it's oxidized, so it's lost all of its luster and color. So customers booked it in. We're doing a stage 1 machine polish on it, couple that with a dose of ceramic coating to try and hold that UV from being penetrated again and going pink. So the beauty of sealants is they have a massive yield against UV. They are very, very, very strong, and they'll hold that fade back a lot longer than a wax will. Now wax is great, but you have to keep reapplying it. It's a chore. You've got to do it on red cars, whereas ceramic you're going to get a few months out of it without even touching it. This is in for a basic ceramic, so it's going to have our year coating on it, but it's going to hold back that UV, and the customer will have an easy cleaning process going forwards. So yeah, there's the Z4. That's in today, as I've said, for stage 1. The E30 is now under sealed. That one is now finished under there and is next up in the paint shop. The other vehicle I wanted to show you guys was this Land Rover Wolf. This is an ex-military English Army serving vehicle, and the customer that owns this car has spent a small fortune on it to get it looking like it is now. So they bought it from the Army and they've had it restored. So it's had a coat of paint. I'm not going to say it's the best coat of paint. It's not amazing, but that's why it's here. We're going to try and finish off the job of the body shop and get this thing looking absolutely pristine. Second to that though, I've got to show you inside of here. So it has had some rather bougie, I love that word, interior fit out, including the back. So we're talking 10 seater. Yeah, nice. Look at that. Proper cool. Canvas canopy. Again, so in the world of detailing, there's a lot we can do to this truck. Now, underneath, it's been protected before, but we're going to refresh that because there are some areas of corrosion just starting to peel through. So we're going to clean those areas up and then get it sealed up with the Lanoguard. So that is big job number 2 in the studio. But yeah, I like this proper Army spec. Really cool LED upgrade everywhere. Very good quality tyres. We do like that. This is so good. I love this. You can just see it shouts. It is a Wolf spec, a Wolf Land Rover. 110 pickup, now become a people carrier. Just awesome. So yeah, very excited to get stuck into this one. There of course is the Mini. We're still waiting on parts for this car. We've ordered some tyres for it. And we've got oil leaks to look at, and then obviously a detail at the end. We will do a full feature on this car as work begins, but again, we can't do anything without components. That brings me on to this Swift. I didn't realise these Swifts were turbocharged in this generation. Don't really know much about them. And when we started it on the wash bay and it starts making turbo sounds, I was like, okay, that's pretty damn cool. Yeah, actually a really sweet car. Brilliant seats, very, very comfortable indeed. Absolutely love that red stitching in the steering wheel to match all the fade out red inlays in the dash and the door cards. Actually quite a big fan of this car. I get a bit of Yaris GR vibes from it. I know it's not anywhere near that vehicle, but that's how I feel when I get near this car. It is a good level of sports car, and especially with the turbo as well. And these sport seats are very pretty indeed. Obviously, I guess this was marketed against the likes of a Polo GTI and a Fiesta ST. But yeah, the Sport is in for a single stage enhancement detail, and again, this one's having our 2-year ceramic coating install as well. And I think this colour is really going to pop once done. So yeah, some lovely bits in the studio at the moment. The Land Rover, the Beamer, the Escort Cosy outside, the Accord and the Mini. And then that brings us to in here, where we're going to have to just turn those LEDs off, mate, because this room is very sizable when it comes to LEDs. Say hi, everyone.
Hello.
There's Nick. Audi S3. So this is Aidan's car, and this one's in because unfortunately he is selling it. Well, I say unfortunately, he is thinking of going RS3, but I don't know what this blue is called. Do you know what it's called, Tom? Not a clue, but what we do know is it's bloomin' pretty, isn't it? Absolutely, that is one hell of a colour for this car, and it's detailed back lovely. I think the last time we did this, it must be coming up 2 years ago now, and he just had a 1-year ceramic then, so that's pretty much all dead, but he's having it refreshed for the next user and for us to assist in the sale process. So we'll be putting some videos and photos of this car up on our socials essentially at the end of this week, probably when this video goes out. And if you're interested, obviously hit us a message on one of our socials if you want to have a look at this very high spec S3. Now, Tom knows about his German stuff, I do not. But you said this has got a high spec, didn't you, mate?
Yeah, it does.
So what has it got? Oh, obviously this is an option, isn't it?
Super Sports.
Super Sport seats, and is that the quilted leather variety? Yeah. We've got a roof.
Pan roof.
Yeah.
Digi-dash.
Digital dash. Okay, so that's not something that was standard on this car, no?
Standard in the new ones. Well, it's an optional extra, but it's
okay, yes, sweet.
Version.
Which is nice, though, isn't it?
Yeah.
And then is this isn't factory, is it? This carbon?
No, I think that's been put on.
That's been put on.
Heated seats.
Heated seats again. I can't believe all these. Oh, it's got Bang & Olufsen as well. Okay, nice. And what's the mileage on it?
92.
92,000 miles. So I think that's probably why he's selling it. He doesn't want to get the misery of the value loss when these cars hit that magical 100k. So yeah, but no, beautiful example. Another nice car in the studio this week that will look beautiful once it's complete and again ready for sale. We do a lot of that. We get vehicles in all the time that customers are looking to either part exchange or move on, and we play a good part in that because we're able to get the cars to a level where the dealer can't knock you down. You know, if it's got a stone chip, it's got scratches in the hood, it's got scratches down the side, and they're all things that a dealer will go, oh, can't really give you top book for that. We will remove all of that and still obtain you top book value if your negotiation skills are good. So again, a very important reason to have your car detailed. If you're near a detailing centre that has a good rep and you want to sell your car, it is always a good idea to invest that money at the start because you're only going to win at the end, as well as regular maintenance. But there's nothing like having it freshly detailed properly just before getting the car appraised. So my next job, before I decide to pick the camera up, is to clean these exhausts because they do look very miserable. So we're going to get some metal polish on those in a minute, get those looking good, because again, it will pop even more with those silver exhaust trims. It's actually unusual to see them standard on these, isn't it? Normally the exhaust, they've normally got like an Aquapovic end or something that someone's put on them, but this one is completely factory, other than that rear diffuser and that front and side Maxim kit. Obviously these wheels, they're Riviera ones. These were originally like a bronze.
Yeah, goldish.
Goldy bronze. He's actually had them done in silver, which again, I am a big silver wheel fan. And against the blue, I think it does look outstanding, but I actually did prefer it beforehand. I don't know why, I just thought those wheels looked even more special in that nice bronzy gold colour. So that's workshop update for today. Busy, busy, busy. Steve's got the engine up there, look. Getting deep inside the engine bay. Again, all of our details, whether it's a stage 1 or a wax top up, every detail gets an engine bay clean, because what is a clean car without a clean engine bay? So it's getting in there with the all-purpose cleaner, removing all of the grease, and then when he comes to clean it down, we will be masking up any electronics and ECU. Z4 of this year, thankfully, most of it is hidden under that bulkhead, so there's not much to worry about under here. But obviously we do all the shuts, all under the bonnet, getting rid of all of the dirt, and then when that comes in, we'll dress it, dry it, and then that part of the detail is done. Right, that brings me onto the shop. And the shop is brimmed. So I told you guys about why we've moved number plates into here. Very, very busy on plates just recently. Thank you again for all of your orders. Oh, here is one of the things we're doing with that Accord. So this is the SRS ECU. Now, the reason my customer brings his vehicles to me is he doesn't have time to sort things like this out. So we always detail it, and we do regular servicing for him, and we sort out his MOT. This year, sadly, it failed MOT. So we've had this removed. We've got to send this off to a company on the mainland to have that repaired, then put back in the car and get it MOT passed. But let's get you in the shop. So I went off kilter there. JW Autoshine shop is brimmed. So we had another rejig with the layout. We now have a lovely little customer service area just there, taking up probably 10% of the shop, as opposed to before we'd lost a lot of space to put products. Again though, it's looking nice in here. More merch to come. Can't wait for this. This is going to be happening in March. We've got 2 new t-shirts to go unveiled, 2 new designs for this coming show season. Very excited for that. I still love this t-shirt. This is available on my website still. There's only a few there, but if you fancy a bit of old school cool with an RS600i in my garage with my Stylogloss cans and all of my products that I use in the background, a really well thought out design. Absolutely hats off to my mate that does this for me. Absolutely brilliant. 361 is their design name company, but I'm actually friends with Sean personally, so he did these for me last year, and what a great design. I still love it to this day. Stylogloss is still our best seller, and we invested quite a lot this month. We've got some knapsacks, we've got the buckets, we've got some new air fresheners which obviously have been selling well. We've got some Cherry Bomb, we've got Coco Loco, we've still got Skinette and Stecker. Best selling product of the last 3 years has to be Stylogloss Forced. It is a summer product, it is a winter product. Summer, it's perfect for bird poo and bugs. Winter, gets rid of that dirty grime in a few puffs per panel. Absolutely essential. Protect your paint, not your wax. Don't worry about the superficial layers. This will be harsh against it, but what it is doing is stopping you from scratching your paint. The Stylogloss range is just epic. It's user friendly. We have a brilliant relationship with Cav, and we sell a lot of his products, certainly mainly through the walk-in shop. So people just come down here as they would visiting their local Halfords, etc., but they come here because we've got something a bit more interesting and a little bit more niche. And there's obviously Steve, myself and Tom here to give you some advice going forwards on how to use these products. Now on the channel, from time to time, I'm gonna do videos where we've got some interesting cars, and I'm gonna go through the process of what these products do and can be used for on your cars. Because if you're interested in looking after your own car, why not watch us, who do this every day for a living, use some products that we can sell to you guys that is extremely affordable. So keep tuned. There will be an Escort Cosworth video somewhere using all of this to show you guys just how good it can be on the dirtiest of cars. Also though, we've taken quite seriously the weekend hobbyist. We've got some machine polishers in. We've got Dodo Juice's 900 watt Archangel, otherwise known as the Daz 6. Absolutely bulletproof in its mechanism, very powerful and very capable, and also very comfortable with the handle. We've also got some Buff Daddy rotary machine polishers for those that want to get into rotary polishing as opposed to dual action. So we've got both of those in stock on the site. We've also got our absolutely fantastic snow foam guns. I'm a big fan of these. If you go on my socials, you'll see us doing the van last week, and using all of the adjustments available to that to make cleaning your car extremely easy. Couple that with all the microfibers, best drying towel ever, the Torstig and the super soft Lervig wash mitts. All the accessories you could ever dream of. Karcher accessories, extension hoses, trigger guns, polishing heads. We've got quite a few nice bits and pieces in stock, as well as our ceramic care products, which is Car Pro. But listen guys, I hope you've enjoyed our little workshop tour. It's just a quick daily blog and a quick update to show you everything that we're up to down at the studio, because I'm sure a lot of people do wonder what I do in between driving the odd cool Ford and blogging the projects. We are a business, we're a busy business. We are extremely busy every single day of the week getting customers' cars nice. Last thing from me though is, if you come to the Isle of Wight takeover, we are offering our services to you, the end user, £40 for a pre-show clean. That service is available on the Friday before takeover and the Saturday. And we book the wash bay out entirely just devoted to you guys visiting the Isle of Wight, coming down to the Isle of Wight takeover car show here in May. Now, we love it. It's one of my favourite times of year. I get to see so many people that I see just once a year, all in the space of one weekend. So I am absolutely pulled from pillar to post, and it's generally very, very hectic. This place is extremely full. People in and out all day. We weren't selling number plates until 2 days before takeover last year, so we were quite fresh in the game. We're a year on now almost, and we are doing some very nice quality plates. We've got all of the plates you could ever wish for in terms of design, style and format. Printed 3D, 4D, big Range Rover ones, bike plates, hex, short, 13s. Yeah, we've got them all. We've got them all, which is brilliant news. We're geared up ready for takeover this year. If you want a new plate while you're having your car done, we can do that. All of our services are open to everybody that comes over. Now, a lot of you guys will be on the mainland. You won't be islanders that watch us, but it's an open invitation. Everyone is welcome. If you want to just pop down and say hello, or pop down and buy an air freshener for £2, I am not bothered. You are more than welcome. Takeover weekend and takeover week to just pop in, have a gander, shake our hands, have a look at our project cars and see how we're getting on. It wouldn't be a workshop tour without showing you new shiny bits either. So the Escort RS600i full restoration is in full swing. Go over to Martin's channel where you will see all the stuff he's been up to on my beloved car. But he can't continue without some new metal. So here is some new metal. Lots of it as well. We have got rear arch left, rear arch right, inner arch right, outer bottom, and then there's this. The most expensive piece of metal I've ever bought for a car. Now this forms the inside wheel arch to the piece that goes behind that. And this was £160. Now, you might be thinking, well, you could just make it. But how long do you think it's going to take to make that with the drains as lovely as expressed panels in Yorkshire have? That is a work of art. So that is for one side. Now, I'm pretty sure Marty said to me he needed both sides, but they only had the one in stock and they're waiting for some more production. Then we've got a sill, and we've got a very common area to corrode on Ford Escorts, which is the inner wing. This is where your bonnet adheres to. This is non-existent on my car. It is completely dissolved. This part of my car is really good. This bit here is not. So we've got a whole panel. Because you can buy this half, and you can't just buy this half. You have to buy the whole thing if you need this side. Ever so annoying. Anyway, there's 500 quid on the floor, which is great. That's that being said, I'm trying to build a beautiful car, so it is worth it. And there's all my pieces. There's my dashboard, there's my carpet, there's my petrol tank, my boot floor, my sunroof, my wheels, and over here lots and lots of goodies. There's the front bib, more interior pieces, and everything else that I've got to chip away at and recondition. Now look, we've got some engine pieces here. We've had some bits soda blasted. So I'm ahead of the game. When it's back, I'm ready to go. Lots and lots and lots of new pieces for underneath it, new clips, etc. But I won't bore you with all that until it comes to the time that we're putting this car together. But certainly we're a long way off, because you know there's metal here that should be in the car. So it wouldn't be a workshop update without a 1600i Mini update at the same time. So get these in the van, and tomorrow I'm going to go and see MJG and drop them off and have a talk about what he's going to need out of this lot. And I think it's going to be pieces and sections of each of them. He's not replacing whole panels, there is no need. For instance, on my rear quarter, we're missing this piece of the lip here, and there's a bit of corrosion down here. So it was easier time-wise to buy the panel, and he can stitch the pieces in. Anyway, back to work. So the BMW Z4 is now off the wash bay, and as you can see, we've got quite a lot of work to do. Very, very faded paint, but at least now it is clinically clean. We've got that hood restored really, really well, so I'm very happy with that. But we are going to have some machine polishing hours to put in to get this car looking good. And now it's on the bay, you can see in this 50/50 just how well we're getting on. I can't believe the gloss levels that this BMW paint still had locked in under that oxidized surface. The lady that owns this car is going to be over the moon. She was really hoping that we would be able to transform this car. And by the time we've got it sea-quartzed, it's going to be all locked in as well. And this shine will last for quite a long time. Steve there just on the refining on the dual action. And we've got Nick going down the passenger side of the car on a polisher as well. So there's the Swift. The Swift is finished. Another job completed today. Gloss levels on this looking fantastic. So this was coated in CarPro's sea-quartz UK 2.0 ceramic coating. Meanwhile, we got Tom masking up the Defender. And the Swift now completely finished and awaiting collection from the customer. Next up, the Audi S3. This one we also finished this afternoon, and this one's going to be handed over to the customer soon. I did very well on the exhaust tips, really happy with how they came out. They are very sooted up, but after a very, very good polish, they have been restored. The engine bay looking as new, what people want to see when buying a car, and also a nice fresh interior. Check out those diamond stitch sport seats, they are something else. And there you go, exhaust tips looking fresh, carbon removed, as are the wheels looking glossy, and there's the other exhaust tips. Really pleased with how this detail turned out. A beautiful looking car, ready for sale indeed. Gloss levels that you'd be oh so impressed with if you came to look at this car for sale. So as promised, I'm going to daily drive this Cosy for the week and give you my honest opinion of what it will be like to live with one of these every single day. I mean, don't get me wrong, it's cool. Oh, what's it doing? There you go. So here we go, problem one. What? That was weird. So it's trying to cut out. What is it trying to do? Brilliant start to my going home in a Cosworth. It's got a misfire. Brilliant, let's see if that settles out. Customer hasn't moved it for a little while, so perhaps it's that. But it doesn't sound great. Idling quite low. Maybe it just needs to warm up. I have got the lights on and I've got the fan on, so maybe it's not liking that. Okay, cool. So it's idling better now. I've turned everything off. Just the charm of old cars, is that what we're going to call it? Don't know, but we'll let that warm up. It doesn't sound happy. There you go, it's sorted itself out now. And we're back down to not sorting ourselves out. Anyway, back to the video. What I was going to point out is I do love the, I'm going to call it the indigo blue finish of the interior lamps. They are pretty epic indeed. This one has got aircon, which is pretty smart. Not something you see very often in a car of this age. Lovely to see it at a Cosworth. Non-standard radio, mind, but it has got the nicest quality leather from that era, and the seats are absolutely beautiful. Without further ado, let's get the camera hitched up, and before it cuts out on me, we'll get on to my daily commute, and we'll see what we actually think of this car. Would appear that we have fixed the said issues with it not wanting to run, but it's dark, so I'm going to drive it home and I'm going to pick up on this video in the morning instead, because you can't even see me. So yeah, what a disaster. First off, we've got some running issues, but it seems now it's up to temperature, it's happy. So I know what the procedure is tomorrow morning, get it up to temperature, and then we'll take it for a drive. So we'll pick this up in the morning. So to be continued with the Cosworth, I'm going to pick that up in its own video entirely, probably in a couple of days. I did manage to get the car home without a problem, and I've done a full nice drive review in the morning, bringing it through. I'll do a separate video on that. But thank you for watching our workshop tour and like just the goings on at JW Auto Shine during a busy work day. Thank you for watching. Keep watching. Please subscribe. I appreciate every single one of you that's been watching, subscribing and commenting. I get back to all of you when I can, and I'll see you guys on the next one.